Okay, but that's already quite a bit stuff on resonances and formants, but I still wanna put out one interesting and fun thing. Let's do the same thing with real voice instead of this whispering sound. And when we do that, instead of having these random frequencies, evenly spaced frequencies in the sound, we're able to see the voice harmonics actually. And my apologies, now you have to Google voice harmonics separately if you're not knowledgeable about what those are. But maybe I just shortly say that when we sing, let's say, or phonate, we don't get like only one frequency in the sound. We have all these harmonics, which are basically the whole of the sound is created by all these harmonics, which are sort of part of the sound frequencies, other frequencies in the sound, in addition to the kind of the bass frequency that we are kind of hearing with our ear. Yeah, but I think I'm not going to go deeper into that, but it's also interesting to see that if I do this, the kind of space between the harmonics grows all the time. So that's interesting, because now when we are singing higher, we're not necessarily getting the resonance. Let's say, for instance, the first resonance of the vocal tract might not be actually hitting any of the voice harmonics exactly. It might be right between two harmonics, when we do not necessarily see that clear peak in the voice spectrum. What I'm gonna do now, first I'm gonna choose a little bit lower pitch, and I'm gonna try to match some voice harmonics with a resonance frequency, and let's see what's gonna happen. Then let's do the same thing with higher pitch. So what's happening there? When my vocal tract resonance is really matching some of the harmonics, when it's going exactly on the same frequency, it boosts that specific harmonic really quite a bit, and you can see it in the spectrum kind of popping out from its neighbor harmonics, really getting more energy. And you can also hear it, you just gotta start to hear it as a separate tone that is also coming out of the whole of the sound. This kind of metallic type of separate tone. And overtone singers use this type of technique. They're really kind of skilled in maneuvering with these resonances and kind of being able to play like these melody type of things with the harmonics. I'm not that good at it, and I'm not gonna try to do anything that fancy, but if you're interested, you probably are going to find, if you put in YouTube, some videos on that, and also some spectrum analysis while that is done. Okay, let's see what happens when we take a little bit higher pitch. Sorry, I'm a little bit covering from a cold. Still, my voice is not operating quite as usual, but I think I'm going to manage to do a good enough demo. Let's see. I'm gonna choose this falsetto type of and this type of falsetto type of register, it's very common, and for that type of phonation, it's very characteristic that the first harmonic, so kind of the F0 fundamental frequency, is very dominant. As you can see, it's quite a bit, it's kind of the dominating harmonic in the whole spectrum. Although I'm increasing the power of other harmonics with my higher resonances, it's very common, especially when singers, for instance, classical operatic singers, female singers sing higher, they tend to keep the first resonance of the vocal tract very close to the fundamental frequency, so the first harmonic. Or no, I have to again apologize. I'm thinking, am I messing? Actually, is it it's the first? Yeah. First harmonic. That's what is basically the lowest one. Of course, overtones probably first overtone. I think is then basically the second harmonic. Sorry about that. Should check out the terms before doing these videos. But I'm not. In reality, I'm not really big on terms. I'm more of more important for me in general is to understand kind of these systems instead of being able to remember every of these terms exactly correctly. But anyway, it's good if you still can get the idea. Where were we? Yeah, so this type of falsetto type of it's very characteristic for it to have this very strong first harmonic, as usually the first resonance frequency stays quite close to the harmonic in its frequency, so it gets boosted. But when we change to something else, let's try. That changes the game again a little bit. We very much often, when we use this kind of sometimes referred to as belting type of singing, or when we yell higher, the first resonance frequency actually tends to stay somewhat higher. And it, for instance, in vowels that have quite a bit mouth opening, like the type of air that I was doing just, the kind of the first resonance tends to kind of move and be located near the second harmonic, and usually a little bit above the second harmonic. If it would be dropping below the second harmonic, that usually makes it so that the phonation type also, it kind of a little bit drags the vocal fold vibration also into the direction of this more falsetto type of or head voice type of phonation. So to kind of, if you as a singer want to maintain this kind of hey, hey, oh, I'm not you'd probably enjoyed the view of my cabin door, but let's try again. Hey, hey. You kind of systematically see the second harmonic being quite strong in the voice spectrum. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna make the third one, which would present, if I'm able to do it with my kind of recovering voice. I try to go with the sound quality that is a little bit, not that much with that much mouth opening and yelling type of. I'm going to try something. Let's see if I hip, 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 hip. No, my voice is not working, unfortunately, that way. Let's see. Hip, 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 hip. What I'm trying to get at, I'm trying to use something that can be said to be sort of a cover. Maybe sometimes people use covered singing, and sometimes this type of way of phonating can be said to be mixed voice, where we a little bit we sing with a little bit less mouth opening and have this a little bit this crying sound quality in it. I think I would have to a little bit warm up my voice to do it. Let's see if I can get some better. Hip, 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 hip. That might be it. Yeah, so that change, once again, we didn't have that much energy in our second harmonic. The kind of the tracking of the first resonance and the second harmonic was not there anymore. Our second resonance was kind of likely dropping a little bit lower, not being tuned into the second harmonic, and instead some resonance and harmonic action probably happens higher up in the frequencies. We might have something happening here and something we might be able to see. We might actually be able to control with our tongue movement. Let's see what happens if I go hip, hip, yeah, yeah, hip. So in this type of settings wasn't visible that much, but there is the option to actually to kind of reinforce or what is it, give some power to the overall sound by tune some of the higher resonances to some of the higher frequencies. That might be something that we might do when we are not using this belting type of setting where we lean very heavily on boosting the second harmonic with the first resonance. And that's kind of it makes sense in a way if you think about it. Belting can be or is often referred to as this type of chest register phonation. And then if we think that we have head register, that might be, or falsetto, that might be, where we already noticed that we have strong first harmonic. So it kind of would make sense that mixed register would be something where we kind of go in between of these two. So we kind of give up this first resonance, second harmonic connection, but still aim to maintain sound quality that doesn't get too thin and airy. We aim to maintain sound quality that still has this energy in it, but not quite a bit in similar way as would be in hey type of phonation. I don't know at all with what pitch levels I'm doing at the moment, but yeah, that kind of thing. Oh man, what a long video this turned out to be. Let's see if I'm gonna divide it in couple of videos. Not sure, or I might let you enjoy the whole thing all the way. But that was a lot of information on vocal tract resonances and formants, and also some examples what they in reality mean. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, consider subscribing to my channel and of course pressing the like button as well. I have a lot of videos on voice and singing especially, and all the time new videos coming, so if you're interested I recommend stay tuned. All the best, bye.